So you saw Brandon Sanderson. You gazed upon his beautiful profile and you felt that you needed more. So you read The Way of Kings and you imagined Dalinar's aging abs and you knew that you needed more. So you saw Mistborn. So you understood the beautiful magic systems and you said to him, nice. And so he answered. The Words of Radiance. Epic, large, dry. And spoiler free, mind you, those are the Words of Radiance when it comes to this book. And just as we did back in The Way of Kings, we get to learn more about this beautiful, large world. We get to learn more about these beautiful rug buds, eh? Don't you just love these? And they're most often found in the rocky, dry climate of the Shattered Plains. I mean, they've got vines inside and stuff. Don't you just love it? But we've also got some other things. What was it? Vegetation? Vegetation, and then we have vegetation, and what was that last one? Vegetation. I'm invested. No, but in all seriousness, Brandon continues with his brilliant world building in this second installment. We get, as mentioned, some world building with vegetation, but we also get some backstory and some world building with regards to the Knights Radiant. We learn more, yes. We're presented with a mysterious doomsday clock, yes. And we experience some nice new architecture. Hell yes, it's never ending. But aside from, of course, the brilliant world building, we also expand our knowledge on Sanderson's titular specialty, the magic system. And the thing I really like about Stormlight Archive's magic system is the way that it's presented as a mystery and to be discovered like a science. And we experience that discovery along with the characters, and in that way it functions essentially as another story beat progression that we can get invested in and as an addition to the plot that makes us turn the page. This could easily have been cheap though, because when you do this mystery thing, as soon as the audience begins to feel like the author is just bullshitting or making things up as he goes along, they stop being invested. But Sanderson? No. He doesn't make that mistake. It's clear with each revelation and the way that it connects to previous knowledge and serves to expand what we already know about the story that Sanderson had all this planned out before he even began writing. But of course, a story is nothing without good characters, but fortunately in that, Sanderson is an expert. Not only does he provide us with good character arcs, he is also the god of character arcs. And in this book, we focus on Shallan in particular. And I gotta say, pretty nice. We get more insight into her backstory and her trauma. And we also get more insight into what we see from the outside, and that it is, in many ways, just a mask she puts on to disconnect herself from that trauma. And all of the other characters are at the same level of high quality as what we were presented with in The Way of Kings. And we also get new sorts of character arcs for a lot of them to evolve them as people. And I think in many ways, even though this is Shallan's book, Kaladin really shines here, with the pull between the lighter and darker side of himself that builds from what we learned about him in the first book. And even though this is a different character arc than what he had in book 1, this feels like a very natural progression for him, and I really love the payoff we got for him at the end. And even minor characters like Adolin really surprises here. If you know, you know. And of course, this wouldn't be a gift from Sanderson himself without the cinematic fight scenes and creative uses of magic. I love the flips, the acrobatics, and of course we also have the occasional plot twist and pages of research. I've had enough school, okay? I need a break. And if the damn books won't give it to me, then what the hell will? I just need somewhere to escape. And I also really like the Doomsday Clock device that functions as a plot progression and continuously remind the reader that yes, despite the length, this is going somewhere, eventually. I do really love these characters though. It's a special kind of story and a lot of them go for different things. But I really do think that the Stormlight Archive is best described as epic, even with the characters. A lot of newer stories like A Song of Ice and Fire and Joe Abercrombie, etc. really try to display humanity in a not pessimistic, but nihilistic way. In a sense that in those stories, there really is no nobility or divine right. but the Stormlight Archive really, as a contrast, has larger-than-life characters. Stormlight really displays the nobility of humankind with characters like Kaladin and Dalinar, but still takes that straw of realism from modern writing and takes a more grounded look at these noble men and the strife that comes with being moral. But yeah, I know for all those who are wondering, trying to peruse through my mess of a presentation, wondering if I really like this book or not, I can tell you, yes. God, yes.